Welcome everyone to the 2021 Enbridge Ride to Conquer Cancer. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Tammy Johnson and I'm your ride director for this truly transformational event, the Enbridge Ride to Conquer Cancer.
Hey Tam, I'm Steve Merker. I'm a proud 14-year rider and one of the co-founders of the Enbridge Ride to Conquer Cancer. We made it!
Yes.
Can you believe it? And who would have thought we would be here today? The ride has become a movement and we have not wavered from our goal to conquer cancer in our lifetime.
So true, Steve. This weekend was made possible through commitment, perseverance, and of course, a lot of pivoting.
Yes.
We've got an incredible ride family, both inside the foundation and out here. And it's been abundantly clear throughout the past year and a half that our riders want to ride and support the Princess Margaret.
Absolutely, Tammy. You know, like every ride weekend over the past 14 years, this weekend is about memories. Some of those memorable moments include the camaraderie of riding between Toronto and Niagara Falls. I have so many memories from every single year. However, the memories I'd like to highlight are the memories of our friends and family and colleagues who have unfortunately gone through cancer. Many of us ride to remember and celebrate people no longer with us. But increasingly so, as survival rates improve literally with each ride we do, we are able to create new memories with a larger and larger group of survivors, which I like to call Thrivers. And as I like to, and Tammy, this is why we ride. You know, at the end of the opening ceremonies, we will announce the funds raised, like we always do. And while we'll celebrate that number, it's more about what that number will do to empower the world-class research team here at the Princess Margaret.
Yeah, speaking of world-class, I'd like to share a couple of fun facts with our riders. We have riders from coast to coast across Canada with representation in each and every province. We've got 12 states represented, including Kansas, California, Connecticut, and 10 countries, including Israel, Italy, and the UK, just to name a few.
Amazing, Tammy. The ride is truly world-class, just like the research impact created by this international peloton of which we're a part of. I want to give a quick shout out to Steve Branfman, who's riding near Boston, Massachusetts, Andreas Cardenas on Team Scotia all the way from Colombia, and David Isles on Team Acon from Australia.
Amazing.
And because this is a global event, it wouldn't be proper if we didn't have the national anthem. At this point, I'd like to introduce Neil Salinas. Neil has ridden over 4 times. Neil and his sister Clarissa ride to celebrate and honor their amazing sister Allison, who sadly succumbed to her cancer back in 2015. Allison was our amazing camp show speaker in 2014. So now, Neil, over to you for the national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Wow. Thank you so much, Neil, as always, for being our national anthem singer. You know what? I think we need to cut live to one of our refuel stations at Rosie's Place, which is going to be pretty popular today. And we have Alyssa. I'd like to check in on Alyssa to see how things are going. Alyssa, are you there? There she is.
Tammy.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. It's great. We are getting set up. I'm with Allison here, and there's music going. We are here ready to welcome all of you riders.
Oh my gosh, what can our riders expect to see at Rosie's or at any of our refuel stations?
Yeah, so let me turn around my camera and take you around.
Don't
We've
look
got some butter tarts coming up with espresso, got music blaring, as well as some seating area for social distancing, washrooms, hydration, and snacks available. It's gonna be a great day.
Oh my gosh, Alyssa, thank you so much for being available to give us a little sneak peek of what our riders can expect.
And you know what, Tam? I have to jump in here because all I can see is the corn in the background. It reminds me of the Field of Dreams. You know, that movie, and they just highlighted it. So riders, this is the Field of Dreams for you when you come on through with your, when you need a little nourishment. And those butter tarts, I can't, make sure, Alyssa, you save me a few butter tarts because I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, he's already stashed his butter tarts, Alyssa. We're good. We'll see you soon,
right.
Alyssa. Have a great morning. So, as I mentioned, Alyssa is out there at our Rosie's refuel station. We've got several locations open today. Some are open all weekend, and then we've got a couple that are just open today. 4 of which are open today, 2 are open tomorrow. And we expect to give out something like 2,000 butter tarts.
And Tam, count me in for at least 3 or 4 of those butter tarts.
Yeah.
Those refuel stations look and sound amazing, which is a little taste of what our in-person ride is going to feel like for our 15th anniversary ride next year. We expect hundreds, maybe thousands of riders to drop by each station today and tomorrow. And, you know, talking about numbers, let's share some fun facts, Tam.
Ooh, okay. I am really thrilled to be able to say that once again, the amazing Bill Wall has come out of retirement. Bill is 93 years young. Our youngest rider is Marcus Arkanstal from Kamloops, BC. Shout out to Kamloops, it's so beautiful. And Marcus, he's 13 years old and he's raised over $1,500, earning him an official ride jersey. Have a great ride, Marcus.
Wow, Marcus, what a hustler you are. Thank you so much.
Amazing.
You know what? The other great fact that I wanted to share is we looked up the rider who sent out the most emails asking for donations. Cool. So Victor Satino sent out an unbelievable 3,426 messages, resulting in $6,400 fundraised. Thank you so much, Victor.
Victor's obviously in it to win it, and you know how to do it, Victor, just like each and every one of you. In fact, another cool number to share is the number of people who self-donated to their personal campaign. Now I'm going to test you, Steve.
Yep.
Okay? How many of our over 4,000 riders do you think self-donated when they registered?
Well, you said we're going to have over like 2,000 butter tarts, so I'm going to say 2,000.
Okay, close. I'm happy to say it's over 2,500 of our riders made a self-donation. What a great way to show your donors you're in it.
Absolutely, Tammy. I love that stat. There's nothing better to tell your donors that you're kicking off your own personal ride campaign with a self-pledge. Talk about leadership. You know, in talking about leadership, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the new President and CEO of the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation, Mio Yamashita.
Hello, riders. It is wonderful to speak with you today. We've got riders from Toronto, throughout Ontario, across this amazing country we call Canada. I hope you had a chance to hear Neil's beautiful rendition of O Canada, and we even have riders participating internationally today. Welcome. You are part of not only a critical movement to conquer cancer in our lifetime, but also a global movement. I'm Mio Yamashita, as you heard from Tammy and Steve, the new president and CEO of the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation. And every dollar that we raise together provides critical support to our doctors and our researchers at the Princess Margaret. And they deliver world-class care every single day. But it's not just about our world-class care. They also deliver cutting-edge research, breakthroughs. I'm talking about breakthroughs like cancer without toxic chemotherapy, an incredible new advanced technology that allows us to detect cancer even before symptoms may be present and while it is curable. There are over 4,000 of us today out riding, doing heroes work to raise money to conquer cancer. And if you're new to the Princess Margaret family, like I am, I just want to talk to you a little bit about our different groups of riders that you might see today. You're going to see people sporting our ambassador shirt, a white shirt, and polka dot jerseys, which are all about exceeding fundraising targets. Now, you're also going to come across riders in gold and platinum helmets, and those celebrate our 5-year and our 10-year riders. Next year, as you might have heard Steve talk about in 2022, is our 15th anniversary of the Ride to Conquer Cancer. That is going to be an absolutely amazing event. We'll be together in person, and we have something very special planned. Of course, you're also going to run across people, and maybe you are one yourself, as I am, who's riding to support people and the memory of people, loved ones that you have lost to cancer. You might see folks also bearing a yellow flag, and we are riding for you. We want to thank you so much. Finally, I also want to thank our 4 amazing honorary co-chairs, Nancy Cohen and Stephen Goldhar and Anne and David Legreely. The COVID-19 pandemic has really changed all of our lives over the past 18 months, as we know. And these 4 honorary co-chairs, I just want to thank you for being the face of leadership, the face of impact, and the face of inspiration on behalf of our cancer patients and their families. We know because of COVID, there is a wave of currently undiagnosed cancer cases that is going to hit the healthcare system. But fortunately, as a broad global human community, I hope we're starting to slowly see the back of COVID-19. But we've got an opportunity now. We have to band together with the same resources, the same ingenuity, and the same passion that we applied to battling COVID-19 to cancer. Now is our time on cancer. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have a safe and happy ride, and I will see you at our refuel stations.
Thank you so much, Mio. As Mio mentioned, there are over 4,000 of us riding today. Steve's gonna hop on his bike, and I'm gonna hop in my car because I'm gonna try to stop into each and every one of our refuel stations. But we know we're not gonna be able to see all of you. So please, please post photos of your ride and tag us and use the hashtag the Ride to Conquer, and you may be featured in our Ride Weekend Recap video tomorrow evening. So please get your photos and videos in early. Let's have some fun.
Great stuff, Tam. And you know what? For those Strava riders out there, don't forget to name your ride Ride to Conquer Cancer.
Yeah.
If trending on Strava was a thing, we want to be trending on Strava. I'd now like to invite our title sponsor, who has played a massive role in the success of the Ride to Conquer Cancer, to say a few words. Here is Vern Yu, a senior leader at Enbridge and a multi-year rider and supporter. Vern?
Good morning, riders. Thank you for participating in this year's Enbridge Ride to Conquer Cancer. To those who are new to the ride, welcome. It's great to see you joining the ride. Like last year, 2021 is virtual again due to COVID. I'm sure we will all miss the excitement of riding together, but nothing can take away from the energy of the ride and the worthy cause that it supports. While this year's ride has no official route and no fundraising minimum, it gives us a chance to ride our own way and raise much needed funds for the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation. Since 2008, the ride has raised over $220 million, giving researchers the opportunity to better understand the individual nature of each cancer and each patient. This leads to more effective, targeted, and less toxic cancer treatments. Team Enbridge can ride proudly, knowing that as of today, we've raised over $10.5 million for cancer research across Canada. With our corporate sponsorship, that number increases close to $20 million. Great job by the Enbridge team. Thanks to all of you, the ride is the largest cycling fundraising event in Canada. For me personally, this will be my 13th ride. It all started when my friend John told me he was fighting leukemia and he wanted my help by doing the ride with him to raise money for cancer research. At that time, my wife's mom, Louise, had recently passed away from melanoma, and the ride was a great way to support John and honor Louise. Over the past 13 years, the ride has become an integral part of our family. My wife, my brother-in-laws, and my kids have all taken part in the ride. So on behalf of Enbridge, thank you for your commitment to battling the disease that impacts all Canadian families in one way or another. And I'd like to wrap up by saying, let's have fun out there today, but please stay safe on your virtual ride.
Thank you so much, Vern, and all of you at Team Enbridge. At this point, I'd also like to recognize every sponsor that supports the Ride to Conquer Cancer. First and foremost, the RBC, and I'm wearing the RBC ambassador jersey right now, the Nanji Family Foundation, Carpenters Union Local 27 for sponsoring the Hammer Ride, Live Patrol, Jackaroo, Steam Whistle, and Body Bike. You know, Enbridge is big on safety, and so are we. Now, here to present our safety message is the famous Dr. John Irish. Dr. Jonathan Irish has recently been appointed the Vice President, Clinical Cancer Programs for Cancer Care Ontario, and is a leading surgical oncologist at the Princess Margaret, and very importantly, a Platinum Helmet rider. John.
The safety speech, what you've all been waiting for. But before I get started, let me thank you. Let me thank you for investing your time and energy in raising money for research. You know, let's think back over the last 18 months. This has been a triumph of science over disease. Our understanding of DNA, RNA, vaccines, we're doing the very same thing for our cancer patients. Without you, that would not be possible. So thank you. There's no better time to invest in research than right now. So now, obey all rules of the road and traffic laws as if you were driving a car. Wear a helmet. Give verbal and hand signals to communicate to your fellow riders and to surrounding vehicles. No cell phones while you ride. Keep to the extreme right of the road and pass only on the left. Remember that cycling in a large group is different than cycling alone. So always ride predictably and in control. Avoid weaving and, yes, erratic behaviors. If there are road hazards, call them out to your fellow riders. Anticipate the actions of fellow riders and motorists and be vigilant of parked cars and unsafe road conditions. Follow all the provincial directives regarding the coronavirus. The ride does not support group riding or gatherings that does not follow safe distancing protocols. So enjoy your ride, be safe, and most importantly, again, thank you for supporting the Enbridge Ride to Conquer Cancer and the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation. Be safe, ride well.
Thanks so much, Dr. Irish. It's always an honor to have you read our safety speech. And now I have the distinct pleasure of introducing two of our 4 honorary co-chair couples, David and Anne Legreely, who have been with the Ride to Conquer Cancer, either riding, supporting, and participating since 2008. David and Anne, welcome.
Thanks, Sammy. David and I are really honored to be with all of you today. This ride, as they all are, is very special and even more important now than ever. We set up Richie's Riders in honor of our son, brother, nephew, and cousin, Richard Legreely. Our little team has been incredible. Thank you to all of you from the bottom of our hearts. Richie succumbed to a very short but intense battle with cholangiocarcinoma 3 years ago. He was only 26 years old, and we miss him so much. It was gut-wrenching to see our beautiful little boy struggle so hard. He was incredibly brave in the face of a really tough battle. However, throughout, he was supported by the fabulous PMH team. The team never gave up on his case, and to this day, our fund and the clinicians and researchers at PMH are working hard to determine how to better identify the causes of cholangiocarcinoma and the potential impact of genetic engineering to identify individualized cancer care. And this is exactly why we are so committed to the Enbridge Ride to Conquer Cancer. Our grief for our son never goes away, but it is ameliorated by being able to try to make a difference by supporting the ride in every way possible. David and I are so proud to be honorary co-chairs of this ride this year, along with Stephen and Nancy. While doing the ride virtually is not quite the same as the incredible camaraderie that we've seen in and has been associated with previous rides, in many ways, doing this now under these circumstances demonstrates a level of commitment that is exceptional. All of you that continue to participate are reminding people of the importance of maintaining focus on doing what is so critical, finding a cure for cancer that affects so many people. While the ride was initially envisioned as a 200-kilometer trek from Toronto to Niagara Falls, COVID has clearly helped everyone to appreciate the slogan that this is not where we ride, but why we ride.
Thanks, Ann. Ann and I really appreciated being asked to be honorary co-chairs for the 2021 event, along with Nancy and Stephen. This event has always been a significant date in our calendars since the initial ride in 2008. Back then, the ride was very important because my brother had just been diagnosed with stage 4 glioblastoma at the age of 47. As Ann has already explained, you know the story about Richie. One thing Nancy, Stephen, Ann, and I were able to do this year was to arrange for a $200,000 matching fund to assist other riders so they could achieve their fundraising goals. Those funds were snapped up in under 2 weeks, and we're very, very honored to be part of that initiative. It's unfortunate that we cannot do the ride together as a big group as in the past, but we want to say thank you so much to Steve, Tammy, and the incredible ride team at Princess Margaret for orchestrating this year's virtual ride. They persevered under the most difficult and fluctuating circumstances. We are all here and riding because of them, as well as our own individual reasons for riding. Finally, I'd like to give a shout out to those who are riding for their 14th year, like I am, and we really hope to see everyone here again in person for the 15th ride. Unfortunately for us, as I look out over Lake Huron, it looks like a rainy and windy day here in Tobermory for our ride. But no matter where you're riding this weekend, may the weather be good and may the wind be always at your back the entire route. Please ride safely and thank you.
I still have goosebumps. Thank you so much, David and Nancy. David and Ann, I apologize. And now I'd like to introduce our other honorary co-chair couples, Stephen Goldhar and Nancy Cohen, who've been with the ride as well since 2008, captaining their team, SGNC. Stephen, Nancy?
Hello, everybody, and David and Ann, thank you for those great words. And we are also very pleased to be able to co-chair with David and Ann, and of course, long-term supporters of PMH. Just a little history on SGNC. I was on the board of the foundation from 2003 till 2013 when they kicked me off, and they didn't kick me off. And during that time, Steve Merker came to the board with this great idea and said, hey, let's do this big, bold ride. And the board got behind it as a very entrepreneurial board. And in 2008, of course, the first ride rolled out. I think there were 3,200 riders. And of course, Nancy and I were thrilled to be able to do that ride and form our team. And And now, 14 years later, when we were asked to be honorary co-chairs, we of course accepted. So we're very proud of the foundation. Our team has raised over $1.2 million over those years, and we're going to keep going. I'd like to also thank first-time riders this year, and if I got my numbers right, Tammy, I think there are 1,889 first-time riders this year, which is awesome, because really one of the things that makes this ride so great is that community, that sense of purpose that Ann and David referred to, where everybody is moving in the same direction, even if we are apart. So thank you to the first-time riders, and of course we hope to see you back for many years. And of course, thank you to the returning riders. Everybody's being creative, finding their ride, finding what they can do, and I'm sure that the raise this year will be impressive, and we'll hear about that, I'm sure, at some point. And lastly, Nancy and I would like to thank the vice chairs, Nirav Patel, Tim Clark, and Jennifer Hawkins for their involvement. And again, you know, COVID year, we didn't have a really good chance to get together, but we're very proud to be sharing these roles with Ann, David, and the vice chairs. So thank you, and everybody have a great ride.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stephen, Nancy, David, and Ann. You know, we are blessed. In fact, I want to just take a step back, because I do remember that board meeting back in 2007 when we were introducing the concept of the Ride to Conquer Cancer. And Stephen, you were a big supporter of the ride since day one. So I wanted to thank you personally for all the support over all these years. So really appreciate it. And you know, we are blessed with having some amazing couples this year. I think Marvel needs to introduce more superheroes that highlights couples making a difference in our world. And speaking about amazing couples, we'd now like to introduce Bernadette and Joe Misk, whose daughter Julianne stole our hearts several years ago. For the veteran riders, you would have met Julianne Misk during our opening ceremonies in 2018 and 2019. Julianne fought a long and brave battle with cancer, amongst many other things. However, last summer, Julianne passed away, and in her honor, we are putting in place the Julianne Misk Courage Award. And to share a little bit about Julianne, we have Joe and Bernadette Misk joining us live from Niagara Falls, ready to ride themselves. Joe, Bernadette?
Hi, Steve and Tammy. Thank you for inviting us today.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so the winner of our recipient, his name is Adam. So I just wanted to say hello and congratulations to Adam. Sorry. I know our daughter Julianne would have been so humbled, honored, and proud of this award. I just heard about your story the other day from Tammy and Steve, and you are so deserving of this. You've exhibited so much strength and courage and positivity while facing one of your greatest life challenges. Joe and I just wanted to wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors and encourage you to stay positive, sending you lots of virtual love and hugs. And always remember, my friend, that cancer hates positivity. Fight the good fight. Stay strong. And never forget your why for why we ride. God bless.
Adam, I just want to share a little story with you. We're here with our team with Steve Psychopaths. We're getting all ready to ride, and I'm so proud of this team. And Steve dressed on the point of the opening 2018 and 2019. And being there on the stage with Julianne was one of the most moving moments of my life. And when she spoke, there was not a dry eye in the crowd there. And when we rode that day, probably at least 1,000 of the riders approached us and thanked Julianne for being such an inspiration and having so much courage. And one story stands out in particular, where one gentleman came up to us and he said, Julianne, like everyone else, congratulations, you're a great inspiration, you have great courage, keep it up. He said, you remind me, he said, I'm riding with Carly's Angels. He says, Carly was my daughter. He says, you remind me of my daughter. He says, all you wanted to do was run. And all Carly wanted to do was sing. She was 17 when she was diagnosed with cancer. And after her surgery, she had the same surgeon as Julianne did, Dr. Gilbert. After her surgery, she still sang and she still recorded music. She was an incredible inspiration, as was Julianne. And I just think of those moments, and I know that you have that same kind of courage, and you are going to represent so well. And we're so very, very proud of you. And we want to thank you. And I want to thank the ride. And we're going to find a cure for cancer together. So we thank you all very much. Now, Bernadette just has one last thing for you, Adam. Congratulations.
So Adam, when Julianne was battling her cancer, she wanted to give back to the community. She created and started designing bracelets. So I am mailing to you a male's cancer bracelet, and you can read about her story. We sell, in her honor, we continue to make these bracelets, and we make donations. Right now, we made up probably close to $22,000 to various charities, including cancer research. So that's my gift to you. And
just one last thing I want to say as well. I'm missing my friend on our bike this year, but I've got a new friend. And he is an incredible inspiration. He came out of retirement just to do this ride with us. His name is Bill Wall. He's my new best friend. Bill is 93 years old. And we've been training together. And he is just a tremendous inspiration. And he has tremendous courage. Bill, is there something you want to say?
Well, I just want to say that I didn't really know Julianne that well. But what I recognized in her was her positivity. She was a very accomplished athlete, and I respect every year that she's lived. And I've got two new friends in Bernadette and Joe, and I'm putting my trust in you to bring me through this road.
I'm riding behind. I'll catch you, Bill.
Well, Adam, you remind me of my daughter. Congratulations.
Steve?
Good luck to everybody. Be safe. And don't forget why we are here and why we ride. It's a fun day, but don't forget the cause. We're all working as a community. We will find the cure.
Thank you. God bless everybody. Everybody stay safe today.
Right on. Thank you so much. So Steve Cohen is in the background there. So he is the captain and the founder of Steve's Cycle Pass. Our top all-time fundraising team have now raised over $11 million in the 14-year history of the Enbridge Ride to Conquer Cancer. And you also saw Bill Wall. So Bill Wall is blind. He's 93 years old, has done the ride 10 years in a row, and then came out of retirement last year to ride on the back of the bike where Julianne used to ride with her father, Joe. So, we are thrilled to present the inaugural Julianne Miss Courage Award and a $500 fundraising credit for our 15th anniversary ride next year. And this is going to, you already know, Adam, who spent the better part of the last 10 years traveling the world, rock climbing, participating in obstacle course races. And in 2019, he was diagnosed with astrocytoma on his brainstem, and his life was radically changed. He endured surgery, radiation, chemo, and then 12 more rounds of chemo during the pandemic, often alone and isolated from his family. Throughout this ordeal, he has remained positive and optimistic, and up until about a few minutes ago, he had no idea he's the actual winner of the Julianne Misk Courage Award. So on behalf of the Misk family and all of us here at the Foundation, we would like to present you Adam Burns with the inaugural Julianne Misk Courage Award, and we happen to have Adam on Zoom. So, Adam.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to receive this award. Hearing about Julianne's story is definitely inspiring, and would have loved to have met her. She sounds like a warrior, so super grateful for everyone's support the last year. Like you said, I just finished chemo 6 weeks ago, so just on the road to recovery, and super grateful for all my family and friends and the team at PMH, Dr. Zadeh, Dr. Mason, Dr. Schultz. Everyone's been outstanding, so it's an honor. Thank you very much.
Right on, Adam. And what I heard it might be raining in your area. Are you planning on doing a ride today?
I am going to ride today. I'll be out there for a few hours with my team, and rain or shine, we're out there, so it's all good.
Right on, Adam. Well, all the best to you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and congratulations again. I'm just going to leave you with one thing. On the award, we have butterflies, which was something that meant something to Julianne. And, butterflies were an important metaphor in Julianne's life. Just when the caterpillar thought the world was over, she became a butterfly. And, she had so much courage and pride. And as you heard from Bernadette and Joe, some of your story reminded them of their daughter. So thanks again for joining us, and have a safe and great ride today.
Thanks very much.
Over to Tammy.
Thanks so much, Steve, and congratulations again, Adam. If you recall, when you re-registered for the 2022 event, you were given the option to self-donate to be entered into a draw to win one of these body bikes. Since the mid-1990s, Body Bike has been developing, designing, and producing some of the world's best indoor bikes. And we are very proud to have partnered with Body Bike, sponsor of the 2022, to present one of these bad boys to a lucky winner. We did a draw just before our opening ceremonies, and I'm really thrilled to be able to announce Gary DeMello from Purpose Driven Cycling. Congratulations, Gary. You've won one of these amazing indoor cycles from Body Bike.
Just before we all get riding, the very important announcement on how much we have collectively raised this year. This number announcement is brought to you by our partners at KPMG. I'd like to personally thank Captain Pete Heimler for all the great work KPMG has done in support of Princess Margaret and the Enbridge Ride to Conquer Cancer. Okay, Tammy, come back in. Let's have a look at the envelope.
I got it right here.
Okay, well, let's bust it open and see what we have collectively raised as a team. Wow. You know what? This is incredible. So, folks, last year, you may recall, during the very first virtual Enbridge Ride to Conquer Cancer, we raised just over $7 million. Today, we are proud to announce that we have collectively raised $9.91 million. $9.91 million thank yous to every single one of you, all your donors, all the supporters out there. And now I know you've been waiting to get riding. Have a wonderful and safe ride, everybody. Let's get out there and create some new and positive memories. Tammy, why do we ride?
Because our sweat is nothing compared to their tears.
Because our challenge is nothing compared to their fight.
Because we are all on one journey.
To conquer cancer in our lifetime.
Keep this in your minds and in your hearts as you make your way through the streets and across the countryside.
Be proud of what you have done here today. And with that,
ready,
set, ride!
Woo!
All right, baby. Thanks, David.